Millions of Americans have faced foreclosure in the last few years. One Michigan couple had only days to save their home. That's when they figured out how to rewrite their story. Anthony Mason is here. Anthony, good morning.
Good morning, Nora. This is an amazing publishing success story. Jack and Jacinda Wilder became best-selling romance novelists almost overnight, but their inspiration came out of desperation. Just last summer, Jack and Jacinda Wilder and their 5 children were deep in a financial crisis.
Clipping coupons for
a
hours
day,
every
yeah.
day.
You were living week to week.
We were living day to day.
Their youngest son had contracted a virus. Jack was forced to leave a teaching program to care for him. Jacinda, a music and theater teacher, saw her income cut when a school program was canceled. How close did you come to losing this house?
Probably about 30 days.
What were you thinking at that point?
What are we gonna do? Because you can't really show up at someone's house, even our parents, with a family of 7.
Right.
Like, can we sleep on your couch? You know, it was pretty scary.
It was very scary.
That's when Jacinda started researching self-publishing. She and Jack, an English major, began reading every book on the bestseller list to understand what readers wanted. The blockbuster 50 Shades of Grey caught Jacinda's eye.
So I decided to go up in my room and just kind of figure out to write a story that was kind of similar, but I identified with.
She called it Big Girls Do It Better. Her subject?
You know, women that weren't the perfect woman, that were your everyday woman, that were in these compelling love stories. Literally, we hit the button to publish, and I think that first day it sold like 500 copies in 24 hours. And I was like, I think I might be onto something here. So we just started writing like mad. And I think in, like 6 months, we put out 20 titles or something. We just
20 titles?
Yeah. We decided we weren't gonna leave our house. I think we showered 3 times.
They quickly earned them enough to meet their $1,200 monthly mortgage payment as their self-published romance ebooks started picking up buzz on the internet. Some of the books you write are kind of steamy.
Oh, they're very steamy.
And you two met in a Bible study group.
Yes, we did.
Were you concerned at all that some people might?
Oh, they were.
Absolutely.
They were.
Oh, yeah.
Jack, the son of a minister, says they do have standards. The sex can't be empty or casual. But
Real life is messy. Real life doesn't happen in biblical, sense. People meet, they swear, they make love, they get angry at each other.
Right.
And
we write that.
with each book, their sales have climbed higher. Then, this spring, a romance called Falling Into You, about a girl whose first love dies suddenly, shot onto the New York Times bestseller list. Jacinda was out driving with her kids the day it hit #1 on Amazon.
I was crying, like hysterically, you know.
She called me unintelligible. I couldn't understand what was going on. I said, you have to slow down and tell me in short sentences what happened.
I'm like, Amazon, look at Amazon!
The Wilders asked us to use their pen names because they've been overwhelmed by the success. In less than a year, they've sold nearly 1 million ebooks. And you've done this almost all with word of mouth.
Almost totally word of mouth.
Almost entirely.
That's extraordinary.
We don't have marketing teams. It's us in the basement.
Jack and Jacinda live simply outside Detroit. They did buy a new playset for their kids.
That was one of the big things that, we splurged on.
But they still live in the same home. How often do you think about that moment when you almost lost your house?
A lot. I think every night before we go to bed and we're saying our prayers, that comes in our mind because we're very grateful and we're humble and we know what a miracle this is.
Where do you go from here?
That's a good question.
Write more books.
Write more books. Yeah.
Sell
Go
more
back down to the
books.
basement. Right after this.
Their the latest novel just came out. They are making, folks, $100,000 a month.
Wow. Explain the self-publishing. It's just
great.
They literally, it costs them about $1,000 to put out a book. I mean, they do it all themselves with the exception they get a copy editor just to read through it to make sure it's okay. Someone takes the photographs for the covers, but everything else they're pretty much doing on their own. Wow. They've had publishers make offers to them, but they're like, why do we need you?
Yes,
we're doing all
don't
this.
need you now.
Look how much money we're making.
And they've decided not to move, obviously. Why?
Well, I think they're so busy writing, they don't have time.
Are the books really that steamy?
They're
Anthony?
pretty steamy, I mean, there's a reason I didn't quote them.
steamier than 50 Shades of Grey?
I haven't read that, Charlie. Maybe you have.
steamy as steamy.
I think we're going to have a book club here.
50
Bring us
Shades
your
of Grey
steamy
or The
books.
Wilders. I like it.
Yeah.
That was great. Congratulations to them.